Hi everybody, Stephanie here. Starting this video series on the benefits and basics of observation when interacting with horses, because it's something that I use daily in my career with horses and people. The benefits are huge and it's not hard to get started, so I wanted to give everybody an idea of what they can look for when they're starting to observe. So we're really just going to be scratching the surface on this. There's a lot to it, and hopefully I'll be able to go more in depth in future videos. But really just wanting to get everybody started and inspire everybody to incorporate some observation into their horse time. So there's a lot of layers to observation. We can observe the horses, we can observe ourselves, we can observe each other, we can observe the dynamics between all of the horses and humans in any particular situation. And we can also observe things on a lot of different levels. So there's observations on the physical level, the emotional level, the physical, the energetic level, even the spiritual level. So we're going to focus mostly on observing things on a physical level with the horses right now. And I'm going to go over just a few of the basics so you can get started observing. As I said, we're just going to be scratching the surface. There's a lot to this, especially once you gather some skills around the basics and can move on to more subtle awareness. But just getting started, when I'm having people starting to observe horses, a horse or a group of horses, I'll tell them to watch for 4 things. So watch the horse's eyes, ears, posture, and movement. Those things can give you a ton of information when you're working with the horses. So eyes and ears, watching what the horse is looking at, noticing what the horse is listening to, noticing the expression on the horse's face. Do their eyes look relaxed or tense? Posture, so is the horse standing relaxed? Is he alert? Is he holding tension in his body or not? Is his head and neck up or down? Those are all things that you can look for when it comes to posture. And movement, so are the horses moving? Are they standing still? How are they moving in relation to each other? You know, sometimes there's a domino effect or group movement to observe. Also, how are the horses moving in relation to the people that are in the space with them? So those are the 4 very, very basics of observation that I start people off with. And that's people who have no horse experience, or people who have horse experience but haven't taken a lot of time to observe the horses and want to start incorporating that into their time spent with their horses. So eyes, ears, posture, movement, those are the 4 basics. It can be really helpful to continue to observe those things without judgment and without building a story or assigning value to them. For example, it can be very easy to see a horse pin their ears and say, she's angry, she's not happy. But I encourage people to do clean observations. So really sticking to the facts, like the horse pinned its ears is a clean observation. But then adding the story in with the maybe some of the emotions or labeling around that is not necessary at first and sometimes not helpful. I find that the more open you can be and the less value you can assign to that in the beginning, the more of a big picture it allows you to see as time goes on. That's not to say that you're never going to understand what those observations mean or fit them into a story or label them, because of course that's going to happen. But in the beginning, just for the sake of practicing and allowing yourself to observe from moment to moment without interruption, it can be really, really helpful just to stick to the facts and those clean observations, and then figure out later what you're going to do with them. Okay, so those are the basics. Eyes, ears, posture, movement. So go out and practice, even if you just have a few minutes. That can be done anywhere. So your horses can be free in a pasture. They can be in their stall. I do tons of stall observations. That's very interesting too. They can be by themselves, in a group. Doesn't matter. Observe them close up, observe from far away. There's no right or wrong. It's all interesting, and I find that no matter how many hours I spend observing horses, I'm always seeing new things and learning new things. So I've given you a place to start, and I'm curious to hear your experiences. So I hope to hear from you soon, and stay tuned for more videos on observation, because I'm going to be going deeper into this topic. Thank you. Bye.